Hi there, it's Nancy, and you're probably wondering what on earth I'm up to now. So yeah, Menopausal Mummy is having a go. Just wanted to show some of you who are quite keen to try the curly girl method whilst we're all in isolation and it doesn't really matter what our hair looks like if it doesn't work out well. So just to let you know that I've just come out the shower, and you can hear that I'm plopping my hair. So it's still quite wet, and I've got product on it as well. So I'm just going to talk through what I've used on my hair thus far. So this is XHC conditioner, which is brilliant. Got it from Poundland, and I co-wash with that, which basically means as a curly girl, you don't use, I just realised I look like Cousin It in this video, but anyway, you don't use shampoo because most shampoos are full of parabens and sulfates and all sorts of nasties, and curly hair by its very nature is very dry and coarse. So this is what we call co-washing, and you'd maybe wash it once or twice with that. If you do, before I forget, if you do get product buildup, because most people are thinking, oh, your hair's never going to get really clean. It does, I promise you. If after a couple of months or weeks you're getting buildup, you can use apple cider vinegar to get rid of the buildup. You need to make sure that you do rinse it up properly, otherwise you'll smell like fish and chips, and you'll have a seagull landing on your head. But it is really, really good. The next thing I would be using, try not to drip all over camera. I've seen professionals doing it, so they're doing a much better job than I am. But this is a Cantu range, which I swear by. So I'd use a little bit of this in my hands, which I'm going to demonstrate in a second. And the last thing I'm going to use is Cantu Custard, which is an absolute game changer. It's the best product I've ever had for my hair, and it just leaves it in such amazing condition. So I'm just going to demonstrate what I would do next. So bear with me while I try not to drip all over the camera and drop it in the bath. So you can hear what I'm doing. Can you hear what I'm doing? You can see, and I'm kind of what we call scrunching, plopping. So you just put a little bit in your hand, 50p piece, you can see, and then you just do this, and it's dead easy. You squeeze it out, you can hear it, and that's called plopping. And then you can do what we call praying hands. So doing this through your hair, so you're trying to get rid of all the knots. And then you put the custard on, which is the last product, which is this one. And so you don't need very much. This is the most amazing product. It's quite gloopy, but it really does the trick. Rub it together in your hands like that. Do it like this. And then you're good, all done. Now it's going to feel really weird because you think, oh, what do I do now? The great thing is, not a lot. That's the answer. So you grab a manky or t-shirt like this. You mustn't use a towel unless you use a microfiber one, because towels will just induce frizz. So I definitely not recommend that at all. So I'm just trying to do this, and then it's all good to go. So yeah, you've got two ways of drying. You can either dry with a diffuser upside down, which is fine, but obviously I'm not going anywhere, so I'm trying to reduce the amount of heat that I'm using on my head. So I'm just going to dry it naturally, so what they call air drying. So it's really, really straightforward. So yeah, I literally just take this off, put my hair back like that. Looks really sexy. It's very damp, very, very wet, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going anywhere. And you can kind of keep plopping it like that. Really straightforward. And then you can root clip it, which I'm going to do in a minute when it's a little less wet, and just to give it a little bit of height, because it's going to dry fairly stiff. You can put a little bit of gel in, but obviously make sure that it's Curly Girl approved. You can use KY jelly as well, which sounds ridiculous, but it is actually a water-based product, so it does work really, really well. So you just scrunch it, and you're good to go. And then you'd obviously, when I go to bed tonight, I'd literally make sure that I just popped it up in a scrunchie, and it would be like that, and it creates a cast, which is quite hard. And then tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to have these amazing curls. So I'll post another video tomorrow, and you can see what it looks like the day after. But it's a great thing to do now, whilst, as I say, we're all stuck indoors. And if you've got any sort of curl in your hair and you really fancy trying this, and you're say a little bit nervous about it before, because I know a lot of my friends were a bit nervous about doing this, it's really, really worth having a go. So just say, honestly, it's so easy. My hair's never been in such good condition. And obviously, if we can minimize, using heat now, because heaven knows when we're going to next see a hairdresser, then I would really recommend it. If you've got any other questions, please drop me a DM, or you can join the Curly Girl Method on Facebook. There's about 80,000 members, and it's a really great community. But as I say, I am absolutely sold, and yeah, Curly Girls rock.